Hello and welcome back to JS Physics. So, today's our topic will be current electricity and the subtopic will be principle of potentiometer. Now, what is potentiometer? Let us try to understand. We already have seen the working of the voltmeter. Voltmeter basically is a device which we are using to find potential difference between two terminals. And generally we connect the voltmeter in parallel to the given component or wherever we want to find the potential difference. Now when we connect the voltmeter to measure the voltage or potential difference, then it is observed that it also draws some current from that particular part. And when it draws the current, that means the current through the original component will be reduced. And that's why the voltmeter is not able to measure the exact value of the potential difference because it itself draws some voltage or current. So potentiometer is one such device which without drawing any current from the given circuit, it measures the exact value of the potential difference. So let us see how it works. Let us understand the principle of potentiometer. Here we have taken a wire AB, which is a long and uniform wire of uniform area of cross section. Now this wire is connected with a cell of EMF E and internal resistance R. That means this resistance R is inside the cell itself. So across the wire of length L, we have connected battery and internal resistance which is inside the battery. Now let us say the EMF of the cell is E and R is the total resistance of the wire AB. Because every wire offers certain resistance, this wire of length L also offers certain resistance. So R is the resistance of wire AB. L is the total length of the wire AB. So if I divide the resistance by its length, then I'll get rho, which is nothing but resistance per unit length of the wire AB. That means in unit length, rho is the resistance of the wire. Small r is the internal resistance of the cell and R plus R is the total resistance of the circuit. Because total resistance of the wire is R, that is big R, and total resistance, internal resistance is small r. So R plus R is the total resistance of the circuit. Now if we find the total current of the circuit, total current inside the circuit, we can apply Ohm's law. The total EMF applied E is equal to total current I into total resistance, that is R plus R in this case. So from this I can write I is equal to E upon R plus R. So that will be the current passing through wire AB of length L. Now once we know the current passing through the wire, that is E by R plus R, we can find the potential difference across AB. So now we are measuring the potential difference across this, which we'll call VAB. So potential difference is given by VAB is equal to current into its resistance. The value of the current already is known to us, so I can substitute this value in place of current I here, and then I can write VAB is equal to E into R by R plus R. So that is the potential difference across potentiometer wire. Now, if I divide this potential difference by total length of the wire, then I can write VAB upon L is equal to E into R upon L into R plus R. So both the sides I am dividing this by total length of the potentiometer wire. Now this term VAB upon L we'll call K, and that K is nothing but potential gradient of the wire. Potential gradient is nothing but the amount of potential divided by total length. That means it is basically the potential difference per unit length of the wire. So potential gradient we can define as the potential difference per unit length of the wire. That means how fast the potential is decreasing along the length of the wire, that is given by K, that is VAB upon L. Now, if we take any other point somewhere here, say C point on the wire, and suppose the length between A and C is small l, then potential gradient already we know it is given by K VAB upon L, that is potential drop per unit length of the wire. So what is the potential drop across A and C, that is L length of the wire? So that is given by VAC, potential between A and C point, is given by potential gradient into corresponding length of the wire. That is VAC is equal to K into L, where K is nothing but this potential gradient. This is nothing but K. So the potential difference between A and C point is given by K, that is potential gradient into length of that particular wire. Or I can also write VAC is directly proportional to length between those 2 points, because potential gradient for a given setup will be constant, and that's why I can say the potential difference between any 2 points on the wire is directly proportional to length between those 2 points on the wire, provided the wire is of uniform area of cross section and current and temperature are same throughout the wire. So this is nothing but principle of potentiometer, and that states that the potential difference between any 2 points on the wire is directly proportional to length between those 2 points. Now we'll be doing a small activity based on this particular theory part. Let us start. A potential drop per unit length along the wire is 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 volt per meter. So this is nothing but K, which is nothing but VAB upon L. This value is given to you. What is the value of potential difference between the 2 points? That means we have to find VAP. Suppose 2 points are A and P. Then VAP we have to find. And that's separated by a distance of 216 centimeter. That means L is given to you. That is 216 centimeter, which is equivalent to 2.16 meter. So directly we can apply the formula VAP is equal to K into L. Or I can write 5 into 10 raised to minus 3, which is the value of K, into 2.16. So that gives me the value of 10.8 into 10 raised to minus 3, which is equivalent to 0.0108 volt. So in this case, the potential between 2 points A and P is given by 0.0108 volt. Let us go to the next one. This is a sum number 18 from the exercise of the textbook. Now here the resistance of the potentiometer wire is given to us. That means R is given to us. This is R, 8 ohms. Length of the wire is given to us, that is 8 meter. A resistance box and 2 volt battery. So this is given to us, which is EMF of the battery, 2 volt. And they are connected in series. That means if I draw the circuit here, it is something like this. This is potentiometer wire AB, and it is connected with a battery of EMF E and some resistance box R in series with it. So what should be the resistance in the box? The value of R1 we have to find out. You can see the resistance of this wire is R. If it is desired to have a potential drop of 1 microvolt per millimeter, so this is nothing but potential gradient. So potential gradient is given to us, that is VAB upon L, which is 1 microvolt per millimeter. Now micro stands for 10 raised to minus 6 volt. 1 millimeter is 10 raised to minus 3 meter. And that's why this gives the value 10 raised to minus 3 volt per meter, because 10 raised to minus 3 comes up, it will give you 10 raised to plus 3, and minus 6 plus 3 will give you 10 raised to minus 3. So this is nothing but potential gradient. So in this case, VAB upon L is given to us. So I can write VAB upon L is 10 raised to minus 3. So VAB is equal to L into 10 raised to minus 3. The value of L is 8. So that will give me 8 into 10 raised to minus 3 volt. This is a potential across A and B terminal. Now we also know that VAB is equal to IR. So this is equal to VAB is equal to I into R. And I is given by E by total resistance, that is R plus R1 into R. So if we place the values, I can write VAB, that is 8 into 10 raised to minus 3 is equal to E. The value of E is known to us, that is 2 volt, divide by R plus R1, that means it is 8 plus R1, where R1 is the resistance in the resistance box, into resistance R is, that is 8. So we can write 8 plus R1 is equal to 8 into 2, that is 16, divided by 8 into 10 raised to minus 3, which is given by 2 into 10 raised to plus 3. So that gives me 2000 ohms. So R1 is equal to 2000 minus 8 if we take this on the other side. So that will give me the answer 1992 ohms. That means we should connect resistance in the box 1992 ohms in series with the given circuit. So that will be our final answer. So this is how we can utilize the formula to calculate different values given in the sum. So that's it for today, and our next topic will be use of the potentiometer. So like and subscribe the channel for more videos. Thank you for watching the video.